Umar,
Yes, sir.
hello.
Hello, yes, certain.
Okay. Omar, can you explain me the branching strategy?
Hello. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, switch on your video and tell me how branching strategy, the branching strategy.
Oh, yes, sir. 1 minute.
Yeah, everyone turn on your camera. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Can you see me? Sir?
Yes, good.
Yes, sir. In the grid branching strategy, we follow a well-structured model in our project workflow. We have like the main branch, like branches, that is main, the feature dev branch and the feature branch, the release and the hotfix branch. In the main branch, basically we will maintain all the default codes and it's a stable development branch. So here all the feature branches will be branched off from here, and it will be protected with the branch rules and mandatory code reviews. So basically from here, from the main branch, we will create the develop branch. So in develop branch, like whatever the feature changes has to be done, it will be performed by the developers, and then they will take care of the branching the code that will be reviewed. And once it is been reviewed, it will create a PR, and then we will from the feature branch we will merge it to the main branch, the develop branch, and it will be merged to the main branch. And for any testing or release purposes, so here we will create a release branch. In this release branch, all the preparations and testing, the production releases, basically it will be taken care in the release branch. So once all the testing and release purpose is
See, you
done.
already merged from develop to master. Again, you are creating a release. From where you are going to create a release branch? From which branch you are taking the release branch?
From the develop branch only, so we will create a release branch.
You already merged to the master. Again, you are creating a release. And from again release to master, again you are going to merge. Okay. So next, tell me what is the use of or what is the purpose of using Git stash and how do you use it?
Git stash is basically like if there are any temporary changes that we would like to the developers would want to work on that, and they don't want it to merge to the main. They don't want to commit the changes. So in this case, we will go with the Git stash option.
Okay. So how suppose I stored 3 stashes, okay, in a temporary area. Okay. So I want to apply whatever the changes I did for first time. Okay. I need to merge those changes into workspace. So how we are going to merge? Can you tell me the command?
Yes, we can go with the Git stash pop, and then we have to include that stash at in the flower package. We have to mention the 0, 1, or 2. The from
What is
the
the first stash? Yeah, I mean.
the 0, sir. Right.
Okay. So can you tell me the difference between Git stash and Git stash pop and Git stash apply?
So Git stash pop, it basically it removes the changes from the stash and reapplies the changes in the workspace.
Hmm.
Git stash apply, it only reapplies the changes in the working the working without removing the changes from the stash.
Okay. Can you tell me the each stages of your Jenkins pipeline?
Yes, the stages in the Jenkins pipeline, we have the basically once the using the webhooks, we will once the developer commits the changes, we'll start with the Jenkins pipeline. So here we will go with the Git checkout stage. So in the Git checkout stage, we will use the code from the Git, and then we will proceed to the build stage. In the build stage, we will perform the necessary builds that like if you are going with Java codes like that, we will go with the Maven build tools, and you will build the pipelines in the build stage, and then we will proceed to the scanning stage. Here from the test, all the test and the code scanning will be done over here in the test and scanning cases. We will go with the Sonar Cube, and then once the code analysis and quality testing is done, then we'll proceed with the artifacts to store the Docker builds in the ECR or in the other Maven builds tools in the images in the JFrog and Access. So once we have the images in
Think
the,
like you are going to work on microservices. Now tell me the CI/CD steps. Don't include both, okay? While explaining, we just include only the microservice architecture. You're going to deploy the microservice architecture. Now tell me the each stage of CI/CD.
yes, basically we'll start with the deployment stage itself, sir. So like the Git checkout state we'll start with. We'll then once the Git checkout is done, then we will have the code, right? So from here we will proceed with the build stage. So the build stage is nothing but we will go with the Maven builds, and then using this.
Generally, you can talk. I mean, don't go for my one, okay? You are not supposed to work only on the Java. You may work on Node.js. So I told you, right? So first stage will be checkout, second stage will be linting, third stage will be Sonar Cube. Next, we are going to build. After building, what is the use of passing the Sonar Cube?
Okay. Yes,
So
basically
in
the build servers, that's the, so via the Jenkins will once we have the source code, right? So via the Jenkins server we will build and compile the Docker images, and then we have to automate this
see, are you going to compile the Docker image itself? You are
no, so
not
we'll
going to
compile
do
the
it.
code and build the Docker images.
Okay. So tell me how you are going to handle the secrets in Jenkins.
Like how do we store the Jenkins secrets?
Yeah, how you are going to handle? I need to pass some environment variables in my Kubernetes deployment, or I want to read it from the pipeline itself. So how you are going to store it in Jenkins?
So we have the Jenkins. We can call it in the environment variables. So secrets can be stored as the environment variables in Jenkins, and it can be referred in the build script.
How? That is my question. How?
You can, or else you can go with the credentials plugin as well, sir, and store the secrets.
Okay. So
Sandeep, 1 minute. Sharif,
Yes,
you are not aware of handling the secrets in Jenkins?
I've done it, sir, but
No. The question here is, did we discuss in the sessions or not?
yes, sir.
And also, when you're explaining the stages of any pipeline, like Jenkins, GitLab, CI, any microservice architecture that you are working on it, did we discuss all the stages here?
Like the
No. My question is, did we discuss in the sessions or not?
Yes, sir, we have discussed, sir.
Then why you are not saying here? See, it looks like you have not practiced and you are not aware of any of the concept that we discussed from day 1 to till today. Sandeep, you can go ahead.
I've gone through it, sir, but working practically, but I just need to brush up on this theory part.
See, this is the same question I asked you from last 1 month, Omar. I am asking the same question, Git branching strategy, you are not able to answer again. Pipeline stages, you are starting with the build and you are going to pass on a field. This is not the way. I told you, right? Linting. Basics, step by step, you need to tell. If you tell them like build, test, deploy, who will understand? Okay, what you are going to build, what you are going to test, what you are going to deploy. You need to specify, give very stages, right? That's what their expectation. Like in the build, what we are going to do, like we need to pass SonarQube, we need to check the quality gateway, we need to put a condition. If it is not 85%, we are not going to build any source code. If it is 85%, then we are going to build a Docker image. We return a Docker image in such a way that we use minimal base image. So you need to include all the tools here. Docker, Kubernetes, Jenkins, everything should be included here. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. You need to prepare, Omar. This is not the correct way. I already told so many times, but you are still answering the same.
Sure, sir, I'll work on.
Okay, Pooja.
Yes, Sandeep.
Okay. So tell me, how do you manage Jenkins backup?
Jenkins backup. We can do it like we can use the Jenkins home directory to take the first part is like we can use the Jenkins home directory. There it contains all the plugins, jobs, and all the credentials, and then we can use the thin backup plugin for that. That is one way. And
What is
Tell
it?
me. So you are going to take a
Sandeep,
home directory.
Sandeep, 1 minute. What is it? Thin backup plugin, Pooja? What is it?
that is a plugin available in Jenkins.
Where you will configure that? Okay, say like you have configured your plugin, the one you said,
Hmm.
right? Under plugins. How you will manage a backup Jenkins, where you will configure and what exactly you are going to do. Say like your Jenkins is configured with thin backup plugin and under plugins you configured and what you will do. Will it your plugin automatically backups your Jenkins?
No, like we have to write the script and we have to set the cron job.
What script you are going to write? Where you will configure?
Where we have to configure, I'm not sure.
What is the you are not sure. What is the Jenkins home directory where your jobs will store?
Like //Jenkins underscore backup.
Underscore backup. What is your Jenkins home directory? Where your jobs will store, yeah. Where you will once you install your plugin, where you will see what is the workspace of Jenkins and where you will see in the Jenkins. See, whatever you trigger Jenkins job, you also can see in your whatever the platform that used, right? Say like you use Jenkins in server, you will be able to see jobs inside your server, right?
Yeah.
Correct, right? Then what is it? Then where it will store in our Jenkins home path? What is the Jenkins home path here?
/var /lib1/Jenkins. That's the home path.
Okay, then how do you do Jenkins backup? What is meant by Jenkins backup? What you understood from that question?
How to take the backup of the content that is present in the Jenkins server.
No, what is meant by backup? What you understood? What you wanted to do the backup before moving to the task execution?
Like we have to take the data that is in the Jenkins server.
What is mean by that data? What
Copy
data you will take?
We can recover the data that is in the Jenkins server if the server fails.
What data you will recover?
The Jenkins pipeline code and the image that we
Your
build there.
Jenkins pipeline code will be available in your remote SCM tool, right?
Yeah.
Correct, right? And what you will backup? What you will do for backup of Jenkins? So we do backup the Jenkins job, right? So under workspace. So there are the jobs which are available under Jenkins workspace, and we do backup. And every end of the day, we should run a script that script says you will set up a cron tab. Script says that you will do the backup of Jenkins. Say suppose if you want to store a log and you will copy it somewhere, and your cron tab will run every day, right? Did we
Yes.
discuss this?
Yeah.
Then why you are not explaining here? What is the problem here, Pooja? What is blocking you to explain that? And we just need to understand what is the problem from your end.
Or like Jenkins, using Jenkins backup plugin, I've not tried it.
Okay, Sandeep, you can go ahead. Sandeep, you can go ahead.
Okay. Suppose think like you are working in Git, unexpectedly you delete the local branch and also you deleted the remote branch also. So how you can recover this branch?
Both the branches I have to recover.
Anyway, like if you recover in the local, you can move it in the remote also. Just tell me how we're going to recover that branch.
You can use a Git reflog like the recovery.
Git.
Reflog.
Okay. Git reflog. Tell me steps how we're going to do that.
Okay.
Okay. Next question. Like suppose you committed a message with a wrong message you committed. Now I thought like I need to rename that commit message. So how we are going to do it?
Modify the commit message.
Yes.
Okay, git commit amend and -m and the
So it will commit a new ID. I am asking you to. It's already committed. I already committed the code. Okay.
Okay.
Now I want to change the name. I mean the message of the commit. I don't want to again commit. I want to modify the commit message.
Okay. Git commit amend the new message name.
Which one?
So the history it has to be overwritten, correct?
So tell me properly which command you are going to use.
Git commit amend -m and the message name, a new commit name.
No. You need to use git amend and the commit ID. So it will show you like edited window. Okay. Here you need to specify the modified message. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So tell me the CI/CD stages in the pipeline.
Okay. The first stage include like we write the CI/CD pipeline, where it triggers automatically by our webhooks, and the pipeline will be triggered, and then we do the basic validation. We use LinkedIn for the basic validation, and then we'll pass the code to SonarQube. so that only in such a way that only if the code does if it passes 80%, then only we push the code, or else we'll block the code there itself. And then we write a Docker file in such a way that we take the base image as minimal trusted image, and we'll run the Docker file as non-root user, and then we build the Docker file and we'll push to Amazon Container Registry. Then to scan the Docker image, we use Trivy for any vulnerabilities. So if there are any vulnerabilities, it will scan the Trivy, and then we push the Docker image to the registry, and then we deploy the Docker image into the container. Sorry, container. We'll pull the Docker image and deploy into a Kubernetes cluster.
How we are going to deploy to Kubernetes cluster? So you need to tell them like we written a manifest for that. So we included the image name and the rolling update. Also, we included the manifest, deployment manifest. From that, we are going to deploy to Kubernetes cluster. Okay. So meanwhile, between that, we will establish a connection between Jenkins and Kubernetes. Okay, a particular namespace. Okay. So tell me, what is the difference between public subnet and the private subnet?
Public subnet and public subnet, it will be having the internet access. So whereas private subnet, there will be no direct internet access. And then okay, then it will be connected to the internet gateway directly, public subnet, whereas private subnet, there will be no connection to internet gateway. And then here in public subnet, instances can have public IP, whereas in private subnet, the instances will have only the private IP. And then public subnet, it's used for the web servers or and for to configure NAT gateway, whereas private subnet, it is used for like storing the data to configure databases and for other internet services.
Okay, you said there is no internet access in the private subnet, correct? So now I need to download some packages from the internet to the private. Is it in the private subnet? How we are going to configure?
You can use NAT gateway for the internet connection.
Yeah, where you tell me NAT gateway.
We have to create a NAT gateway in public subnet, and then we have to attach the elastic IP to the NAT gateway. Then in the private subnet route table, we have to allow the NAT gateway.
Okay, tell me the difference between security group and NSA.
Security group is the both are the firewalls that are used for security purpose, whereas here in the security group, it works at instance level, whereas NACL, it works at subnet level. And security group is stateful, like because it returns the traffic automatically, which is allowed, whereas NACL, it is stateless because it returns the traffic, like the inbound and outbound has to be explicitly defined. And here the instance, like here the rules are applied to only the instances that is attached to in the security group, whereas in NACL we have to apply the rules to all the instances. And by default in security group, all the inbound and inbound rules will be allowed, whereas in NACL we have to explicitly write the rules.
Okay. So tell me the command, how we are going to log into the Docker container.
Docker container, Docker container, Docker login and the container, right?
No. Okay. Okay, Pooja. Yeah, Veerbhadra.
Just a question to Pooja. Pooja, you are
Yes,
not
sir.
aware of logging into the container?
Oh, no, I'm aware something like I forgot.
What is the command that we used in the sessions?
Um, a Docker, a Docker execute and -IT and the container name or its ID.
Sandeep, you can continue.
Viresh. Hello.
Hello?
Yes. Okay. Can you tell me the difference between Docker and a VM?
Docker Docker is used shared OS and VM is used full OS. Docker is portable and more portable. Container is less portable. VM required more space, more memory, whereas Docker contains very less memory. VM requires
Okay. You said a portable, right?
yes.
Docker is highly portable. So what do you mean by that portable?
Portable means we can run application in on premise or local like developer developer laptop like cloud anywhere we can run under application.
Okay. See, the portable means not like on-premise. Portable means we can run any OS, either
Any
your
space
Mac or yeah.
like
Okay. Tell
anywhere.
me the architecture of Docker.
Docker contain mainly three components like Docker client, Docker host, and Docker registry. And Docker client is a command like a command line CLI where we can communicate with Docker. In Docker client contains Docker build, Docker run, and Docker pull. Where in Docker host contains Docker domain and Docker images and Docker containers. Where when you run when we run the command like a Docker build, it will communicate with Docker domain and it will build the image. If it is image is not there, it will pull from Docker registry. Docker registry is like a Docker hub and clouds like Amazon will be in Docker registry is there. Whenever you run the command like a Docker run, it will contact with Docker and Docker domain, and it will create the Docker container.
Okay.
Just a minute. I have a question to Viresh. Will you speak the same when you're talking to somebody, Viresh?
So, like
You will pronounce twice or thrice when you're saying something when you're talking to somebody, or
yes,
you will be like this only.
no, sir. Like it's my default. Actually, I will talk like the same. Generally, also I will talk the same.
You will talk the same way. You will pronounce twice or thrice the same word.
Yes, sir. Sometimes it will come by default. It will.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. So tell me the difference between the CMD and the entry point.
See, CMD command, it cannot be override, like it will execute from top to bottom. It will execute only one command, like
What is top to bottom here?
like
Which one?
if you give number of CMD commands, it will execute from it will execute last command, which last command will give in CMD. It will execute that last command, and entry point is a fixed type. It's like a fixed.
Okay. Tell me the difference between add and copy.
Add and copy.
Hmm.
Copy is used from is used from copy from source and destination, like host to container. In add, we can, it is like a same like copy, but you can we can untog any tar file or zip files, we can download from and we can download any URL from the internet.
Okay. Okay, Vrish, thank you. Niharika. Okay, so tell me what do you mean by dangling images in Docker? See, don't give the break, Niharika. You can complete the sentence and take a break. Okay. 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 So how we are going to list dangling images? Only the dangling images I want to list. Okay. So can you tell me the types of Docker networks? Hmm. 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 Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. So what do you mean by C group and namespace in Docker? Hmm. Okay. So tell me how we are going to secure a Docker image. Hmm. Okay. So now tell me the difference between a Docker and a Kubernetes. What do you mean by Docker? Why can't we use Docker for large scale application? What is the uses of Kubernetes? Can you tell me? Hmm. So if you want here also you can scale. Okay. In Docker also we can do the scaling. Okay. Okay, Niharika, thank you. Yeah, Veerabhadra.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good. So you deployed an application into the Kubernetes. Okay. You are getting crashed loop backup error. So how you're going to troubleshoot?
First, I'll check the pod status. Afterwards, I will be checking the
Tell me what
logs.
do you mean by crashed loop backup?
Sir, whenever we are trying to access the pod, it's throwing error. We are not able to. That is,
No, what do
we
you
are not
mean by
able.
that? What do you mean by that crashed loop backup means?
Uh, it means that your container is restarting, and then it's failing again. So then we'll be getting an error of crash backup loop.
Okay. Explain how you're going to troubleshoot.
Sir, it first I'll check the pod status. Then I will then pod status using check pod status. Then next I will go detailed information regarding using describe. That is kubectl describe. I will be checking the full information. After that, I will be checking the logs. I will be checking the logs, and that's it, sir. I know only three.
So, hello?
Hello. Yes.
Okay. Okay, what do you mean by snapshot in AWS?
Sir. I'm short. Uh, it is a snapshot is it is nothing but taking of a backup of your AWS EBS, that is a block storage system, sir. Service.
Hello?
Yeah, it is a process of taking the backup of a EBS, sir.
Okay. What is the difference between inline and custom policy?
Sir, inline.
What
Yeah.
is the difference between inline and the custom policy?
Custom policy, it is a standalone policy that can be attached to multiple users, groups, users, or role. Whereas inline policy is a policy, it is directly attached to a specific user. Custom policy, it can be used for multiple times. Whereas inline policy, we cannot reuse inline policy. And custom policy. Custom policy is visible in policy section, whereas inline policy, it is visible within specific users, groups, or roles where it is attached.
Okay. So in Kubernetes, what do you mean by deployment? What do you mean by pod?
Pod is nothing but a it is nothing but a container, but it has the extra layers that is which has uh, what do you say, um, it has in the a pod it yeah pod a pod is it is the smallest deployment unit. It is the smallest unit in Kubernetes, and it represents pod will have its own storage services. It has its own network IDs, network IP addresses, and that runs on the container. Where deployment is which defines a creation or uh, modify instances of a pods. That
Okay. Okay. So can you tell me the types of services in Kubernetes?
Sir, there are 4 types. First one is custom IP. Custom IP, that is a node port, load balancer, and external link. Cluster IP, cluster IP, it is a default service in Kubernetes, which exposes the services on internal IP. This makes the services accessible within the cluster, and node port exposes the services on a node port, and the same it has and the same node IP, and the port number that we expose the application from inside the cluster. It is node port. Load balancer, this helps to create an external load balancer in the existing cloud, and the last one is external name. In Kubernetes, an external name refers to a way to expose an external service that is outside the cluster using the Kubernetes DNS.
Okay. So what is an ingress controller in Kubernetes?
Ingress, no sir, I need to go through it, sir. I'll go through it.
Okay. Okay, brother. Siddesh.
Yes, sir.
Turn on your camera and explain the architecture of Kubernetes.
Okay. In Kubernetes, we are having so first we tell the definition. It is an open source container orchestration platform, and then it will be designed to automate the deployment and then scaling and management of container applications. Means Docker containers. Here, orchestration means it will manage the life cycle of containers in the large scale. So means it will running and managing the containers automatically, and then it will reliable at scales. In coming to the architecture, it is having the control plane, that is a master, and then having the worker. In the control plane, it will manages the overall the Kubernetes cluster, and then it will maintain the design state, and then make the global decision. For example, scheduling. Here having the, some of the components inside the control plane. First we have the API server. The API server is nothing but it is the front end of Kubernetes control plane, and then it is also a part of the Kubernetes control plane, and then here it will expose the REST API to communicate with the cluster, and then we are having the control manager components. So it will handle the controllers like replication node and then endpoint and then it will also watches for the state changes and acts, and then we have in the scheduler. So scheduler, it will assign the pods to the available worker nodes based on the resource requirement what we are giving to the in the file. So, and then we are having the HCD. So it is a distributed key value store, and then it will holds the all the cluster configuration data, and then these are the control point. And then we are having the worker nodes. So these are the machines where the applications container actually run. So in this we are having the kubelet. Kubelet is it is like a agent running on each node. Then it will communicate with the API server, and then it will ensure the containers are running. And then we are having the kube proxy. Kube proxy, it will handle the networking part. So it will route the traffic to the correct containers like that. Then it will also support the service discovery. And then another is runtime, container runtime. So container runtime, it is nothing but a software used to run the container, like a Docker or container, etc. So here, uh, first developer creates the manifest files, that is YAML files for the deployment, and then this file is sent to the API server. API server receives, and then it will send the scheduler, and then scheduler assigns the path to the suitable worker nodes, and then kubelet runs the container using the container runtime, that is the software, and then kubeproxy, it will handle the networking part, and then routing. If the container fails, the control manager restart or replaces it. It will not run. This is complete one.
Okay. Suppose think like I have written a one manifest file. Okay. I don't want there is a 3 worker nodes. Okay. I don't want my pod should schedule on worker node 3. It should schedule only on worker 2 or worker 1. So how are you going to define this one in your manifest?
Here I use in the manifest file I write the replica set. Then the Kubernetes part I will do in the answer
Why?
experience.
Why?
Actually, from the past 2 days, I will submit some codes. So I will wake up 2 days. I will work on it.
Okay, are you prepared all the concept except Kubernetes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Siddesh. You need to prepare, Siddesh.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Abdullah. Abdullah.
Yes. Good evening.
Yeah, good. So tell me what is the difference between a config map when you are going to use config map and when you are going to use secrets in Kubernetes? What is the use of them?
Config map is used to first thing the secrets. These are used to handle the secrets which are not accessible by everyone, and a config map is used to non-confidential data in the Kubernetes.
So what is the use of them?
To store.
Can you tell
Abdullah,
me
what
one
is
example?
meant by non-confidential data? What is it?
Means API keys, these all stored in secrets, and in config map.
Secrets are the non-confidential data. That's what you are saying, right?
Confidential data will be stored in secrets.
No. You mentioned that some non-confidential data, correct?
Yes, yes.
What is it? tell me how you will manage secrets and what purpose you will use
Just
config map.
gone through the definitions in config map and secrets.
You've gone through this concepts.
Just
That's what you mentioned.
just definitions. I haven't
No, yeah.
configured.
What is your statement? Yeah, tell me clearly. Tell us the clearly because we are not able to understand from you what you gone through.
I've just gone through the definitions in config map and secrets. I haven't configured config map and
We are not
secrets.
asking configuration here. Just what scenario that you will use config map and what is the secret configuration and what purpose you will use. That's what the question here is.
Secrets is used to store the API keys, the passwords will be stored in secrets.
Where you will store? How you will store?
In secrets.
Where you will store?
In secrets.
How you will store?
That part I haven't done.
Okay, explain the config map. Why we use and what scenario that we use config map.
Don't know exactly, sir. I'll
You
go
don't
through
know.
it. I'll go through
No,
it.
no, no. The reference that you will do, that is okay, but you are not supposed to say that you don't know here.
Okay.
Everyone needs to understand here. At least you should explain something that will you tell the same thing to your manager when he assign the task?
No, sir. I'll go through it.
You can go ahead, Sandeep.
Okay. Abdullah, you need to go through, okay?
Okay.
And you need to properly you need to explain. I told you so many times, don't give any breaks here, okay? Tell one sentence, take 1 second break, then start with another sentence. For example, like what do you mean by you are suppose difference between Docker and the Kubernetes? In Docker, you don't have self-healing capacity if the containers goes down. So in Docker, will not able to bring up the containers itself. Okay. In Kubernetes, what it will do, there is it is an orchestration tool. So even the pod goes down, Kubernetes has the ability to bring up the pod and it will maintain the desired state. Like this, you need to explain. Any questions? Okay. You are explaining like an engineering viva. Okay, it is not like that. You need to practice it. You need to don't buy at it. At least make a practice of telling yourself. Then you will get to you will practice. Okay, then it will be easy to explain to others.
Okay.
That's why, right? I already told you. You make a small group. Okay, you ask some questions to others. They will ask you some questions on you. So you need to explain. In your small groups. You need to explain. Okay, then you will get some enough practice and it will be helpful for to clear the interview. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Amrita, yesterday I have given an assignment, right? Ingress resource and ingress controller. Have anyone done the task? Hello. Sagar, anyone yesterday who attended? Have you done this task?
Yes, Sandeep. Earlier I have done this.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm working on that. I'm in the middle of that. Currently, I'm working on that.
Okay. Try to complete it today. Okay.
Okay.
Once you complete, at least you can make a small group and explain how you done this. Okay. Or in the next class, you can show them like this is how you return the manifest for Ingress controller and how you return the routing policies in the Ingress resource. Okay.
Sure.
You can explain.
Okay.
So, Sagar, you already completed this task?
Yes, Sandeep. I think on the last assignment only I have posted it in the.
Okay. So tomorrow you can keep it as it is. Like tomorrow you or Rohit can explain.
Sure,
Okay.
sure. Definitely.
Okay. Amruta, yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, turn on your camera.
Yeah, it's on. It's on.
We are not able to see. Yeah. So tell me, what do you mean by ingress controller, or what do you mean by ingress resource in Kubernetes? ಇವಾಗ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರ ingress resource,
ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಸರ್,
ingress
ಅದು
control.
ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದ.
ಏನ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬಾರ್ದು. You should be get clarified in the class itself.
Okay.
Amrita, yes. What is the confusion here on ingress controller?
No, like I got confused.
That's what I'm asking. What is your confusion then?
See, ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋದು ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳಿ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿನ್ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಏನು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಏನ್ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಇದೆ, you need to be clarified in the class. This is like just a Q&A. I will ask you a question, you need to answer it. That's it.
Then it's waste of asking the questions and doubts, clearing the doubts at the
Everyone
end
if
of the session.
Q&A ಒಳಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ I will get, time waste ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Questions ಕೇಳೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. I need to explain everything in the Q&A. That is the waste of time, right? So that's why we keep a separate time for the class. Whatever the question, even if you have a question in the afternoon also, you can directly ping me. ಏನ್ ಸಂದೀಪ್ ನೀವು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ವ, ಮಧ್ಯಾಹ್ನ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ವ ಅವ್ರು ಯಾರು ನಿಮಗೆ? ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಹಿಂಗ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ, ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡಿ ಅಂತ. ನಿಮ್ ಫೋನ್ ಎತ್ತದಲ್ಲೇ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ವಾಪಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ನೀವ್ ಯಾರು ನೀವು ಕೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಡೌಟ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಈಗ ಸಂದೀಪ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಡೌಟ್ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು?
No, just a second, Sandeep. Just a second. After the session, Amrita, yes.
Yes, sir.
Are we not clearing your doubts? Am I not clearing your doubts?
Yes, sir.
I'll take up your questions, right? From your end, from everybody, right?
Yes.
Then why you are not asking these questions? Then you are not cleared on that. This is not looks good to me. Then we are really disappointed on everybody saying that you are not clear and you are not prepared. Seriously, yaar, it looks odd, right? Then why you not ask this question then? Then it's waste of giving a dedicated time from 7:15 or 7 to 8:30 till 8:30. Then 1.5 hours in the morning.
Okay, Kubernetes complete ಆಗಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ದಿನ ಆಯ್ತು?
1 week.
1 week ಆಯ್ತು. 1 week ಏನೋ ಡೌಟ್ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಯಾರ ಜೊತೆಗೂ ಕನೆಕ್ಟೇ ಆಗಿಲ್ವಾ? ನನ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್. ನಾನು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸೇ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ.
ಟಾಸ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ವಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಟಾಸ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೋ ಮತ್ತೆ ಓದ್ಕೋತಿದ್ದೋ.
ಟಾಸ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಡನ್ ದಿಸ್ ವರ್ಕ್, ರೈಟ್? ರಿಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಇಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲರ್.
ಆಯ್ತು, I'll go through once.
Okay, so do you have any idea on like what you mean by taint and toleration, affinity and anti-affinity? Do you have any idea on this?
No, sir, I don't have it.
Sagar, do you have any idea on node affinity, anti-affinity, taint and tolerations, PVC client?
I know taint and toleration, that when we create a pod, we will mention a label on which node it has to.
I mean, what do you mean by
pod.
taint and toleration? Okay.
Okay, taint and toleration. Sagar, you go, bro. You speak.
Anyone?
Okay, taint and toleration is nothing but we will mention a node label when we create it. When we create or apply any pod, it will create only if the node label matches in that particular node. I know that much itself. I doesn't.
So
know
do
much
you know
about
how to label the nodes? Suppose taint and toleration is exactly opposite of your affinity and anti-affinity. Okay, taint is nothing but like, suppose if you want, I don't want to schedule my pod in a particular node. Okay, if the requirement matches, like if it is available CPU is 80% or like that, I will put a condition. Okay, if it is matches, then only my pod should schedule. Otherwise, it should not schedule. Affinity and anti-affinity, if I want to schedule in a particular node, we can go ahead with it. Okay, and also there is a selector also, we can use it, but for advanced concept, we can use affinity and anti-affinity. Okay. So daemon set ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ? What do you mean by daemon set?
No, sir, need to go through this. Not heard of this.
Okay. Daemon set, and what is the difference between stateful and stateless? Now,
Daemon
whatever
set I
you
know,
have.
sir.
Okay. Tell me what you mean by daemon set.
Daemon set is like a replica set, sir. It's like routing on nodes to the like one node to the one pod. For that
No,
purpose we use.
no. This is different. See, daemon set is nothing but if you are written a manifest file for daemon, so that particular pod will run on every node. Suppose I think I have a 10 worker nodes, okay? If I use a daemon set, okay, the pod will schedule on each worker node. This is because of monitoring purpose, okay? Suppose if I want to take the matrix of CPU or the memory of each pod, then my pod or my Prometheus or should be running all worker nodes, correct, to get the details of the pod. So then we are going to use daemon set. Okay. I will show you. Okay, don't worry. Like you can go, today you can go through affinity and anti-affinity. So I will show you how to write that manifest file for that. Okay.
Right, sir.
Okay.
Uh,
Amrita B. Tell me what you mean by HPA in Kubernetes.
HPA is horizontal pod scaling. So whenever we required so we wanted to increase the pod size, so I wanted to increase the pod configurations. So that time I can mention that horizontal pod. So with the we can mention so memory, CPU requirement. So we can use that, and we can limit that. So for that we can use horizontal.
Okay, can I run 2 or more containers in the same pod?
To one more container, yes, we can.
Okay. So like this, so we have a 2 ways, right? We can expose our application through the node port and the load balancer ingress controller.
Yes.
Okay. What is the disadvantages of using the node port? What is the disadvantages of using the load balancer? And what is the advantages of using ingress controller? Can you tell me?
So node port, basically we can use only 32,000 some limit we have. For that is one disadvantage. And whenever we wanted to expose our application, we can use the IP only with a node port, like a port number node port number we will use that one. So that is the disadvantages. And with the load balancer, so with the load balancing only we can expose our application, that one. So whereas in the ingress controller supports all of this, so it, with the help of it will go with whenever request goes, it will ingress controller will controls that, and with the service it will it will routes across the pods. So that is the advantage of ingress.
Okay. So what is the difference between ingress controller and ingress resource? Tell me what you mean by the ingress resource and the controller.
Ingress resources means whenever we will in the manifest file we are mentioning example one link example.com. So that resource we will use. But ingress controller is nothing but, so whenever the request comes, the ingress first it will filter with before accepting the request, managed load balancer only, it will balance and it will send to ingress. From there, the service will across the pods it will route, so whatever it is matching, so it will route to the different pods. So for that, if ingress resources we have mentioned, from there it will route to the different pods, whatever it is matching.
Okay. So do you know what you mean by service account in Kubernetes?
Service account.
Hmm.
Means whatever the services we are creating in YAML file, that one.
Not that one. It's a service account.
I'm not sure.
See, there is a service account, role binding, okay, and there is an RBAC, role-based access
Oh,
control,
role-based.
okay.
Mm.
Okay,
Okay.
these are the very important concepts because without this, you can't integrate with your Jenkins, okay. Suppose if you are integrating EKS with your Jenkins, okay, you can't directly deploy any application to your namespace, okay. You need to add some rules, you need to add some role by, and also you need to add some RBAC and the service account, okay, for particular namespace. Otherwise, it won't allow you to deploy any application. Yesterday, I showed you, right? Like even though if you want to deploy an HPA, it should have some permission, correct?
Yes,
Let's say
got it.
it's like a same IAM rules. The
Yes.
user need to be access EC2, he should have some sufficient permission. Then only he can access. Right, same way, in the namespace, if you want to create a service, if you want to create HPA, if you want to create daemon set, everything should be written in a role and role binding and RBAC, role-based access control. Okay, and we will create a service account when we are going to establish a connection between Azure DevOps and the Kubernetes. Okay, using the service account only, we are going to establish a connection. Okay, so I will in the upcoming class I will show you how to establish a connection. Okay, but you can go through like what you mean by service account. So I will show you how to write a role and role binding. Okay. Okay, so we can wind up the class. Do you have any concerns, Swami or Sandeep? Or if you want to talk?
Yeah, I wanted to talk here. Guys, whatever the question which is asked by Sandeep, are you guys facing any difficulty here? And are we not covered the concepts here?
Some are not covered in the Kubernetes.
Okay,
So
so if, okay, 1 minute. For your question, when he is asking, he started the Q&A from day one, right?
yeah,
Why can't you go through those concepts? Have you done this?
yeah, going through those. So, but not everything. Kumar will ask few questions. Okay. So if I ask that question,
What
I will
is meant
go
by
through that.
few questions? What is it?
So, okay, let me explain this way. So if we ask, so right now, the one which he said, the Kubernetes, which one? Give me a second, I wrote it down. Service account in Kubernetes. I haven't heard of it till now. So I
Service
will,
accounts, 1 minute. Service accounts we do configure in Azure, where you
okay,
want to deploy. See, your application should be hosted in any of the cloud, right? Either Azure or AWS or GCP.
yeah,
If you want to deploy your application, you should have some dedicated account.
yes,
Through that only we should have created that we deploy through the templates. It should automatically creates and pick that particular account and deploy your application. That's what we do configuration.
that's okay, sir. But what I meant is, if he asks that today, I have to go through that concept today. I haven't heard of it till now. That's what I meant.
Okay.
So
And
just going
one,
through the concepts. So if he doesn't know, we have to we are going through those. So if you ask that way, yeah.
and
Okay,
I
and
have one more doubt, sir.
1 minute before going your doubts,
Mm-hmm.
I see here, not only for you, Rohit, for
Okay.
everyone, I see
Okay.
here whatever we covered the concepts, you are not able to, you guys are not ready to explain the concepts, what is happening here. And I see I very much disappointed on Amruta, yes, that she's have a doubt on Ingress controller. And am I not asking the questions after the session and am I not clearing your doubts? What is happening here then? Amruta,
No,
yes.
sir. Those were covered already.
Correct, right?
Yeah, there are no
Looks
issues in
like,
that one.
see, it looks like then, am I misleading you guys then?
No.
Then we are not getting any results from you guys. We are really disappointed. And you guys are not prepared, and it's a waste of explaining further concepts than until you prepared these topics, guys. Then why we are giving gap here from Monday to till today? Right?
Yeah.
Swami, do you have anything to add here? Swami, you are on mute if you are speaking. And Veeresh, you need to improve on your communication. Yeah, this won't work then.
Yes, sir. I am regularly.
You will be speaking from day one the same way. It's not gonna work out. Yeah.
I am improving, sir.
What you are improving then?
I
You
am-
said you are saying you will speak like that only.
that one only. That's default, sir. But I am slowly improving, sir.
Slowly improving from past 3 months.
No, sir.
Then see, when you was explaining something and we're not able to understand, and you guys are not on the track. I got to know that.
And sir, Sandeep sir,
Yes.
as per class, we are good with the theory part. When it's compared to the practicals, where exactly this Kubernetes will use in the CI/CD pipeline. If it is there any when the class when the concept is complete, if it is Kubernetes class is completed, right, for us. So when the end of the Kubernetes, if it is show any live demo, where exactly this Kubernetes, when we'll create an image and we'll deploy through CI/CD, and it will come to the Kubernetes, and it will actually run the pods, right? So if it is there any live demos, once complete any topic, so it is very good to understand through the practical also.
No, you mean to say I covered only on the theoretical part.
No, you while explaining, you covered even that theoretical also, how to create the pod, how to create the deployment, how to use the services. Okay, but exactly how we have to use this Kubernetes in the CI/CD pipeline, when we build a image, for these things, practical session, we need one like that, sir.
And have you not done the Helm charts assignment?
Sir, Helm chart assignment I have done by using this.
Okay, what is
uh,
your Helm chart assignment that you completed till when I pinged an assignment, Jairam?
With Helm chart, like you said, for that assignment, I used AWS controller and I have did that by installing
No,
the
no,
Helm
what you
chart.
deployed. That's what I'm asking here. What you completed, what you achieved through Helm chart.
With the Helm chart, actually, I developed one game, Tic Tac game. Actually, I followed with YouTube and I have developed that game.
Have you done through this Jenkins?
No, sir. Actually, I've done through EKS. I didn't follow the Jenkins.
See, whatever you were doing, that you will do it from Jenkins pipeline or GitLab CI or your GitHub Actions.
Okay, yeah,
That's what I said, right?
Yes, sir.
Then what is your doubt here? What is your question?
Like one live demo, sir, how we use in the CI/CD pipeline this Kubernetes once this image upgrades, that I asked.
That's what Sandeep said, right? We'll have a demo on one complete project and we'll explain you that, right?
Yesterday, have you joined the Q&A yesterday, Jairam?
Yes, sir. I joined yesterday, but in the few times, while using that other language, I didn't understand in the few concepts. But yesterday, yes, I understand few, and few I didn't understand.
Okay, once again, I will tell you how to write a Docker file, how we are going to deploy. That one I will show you. That one, don't worry. That one I will take care.
Yes, sir. Actually, my intention, why I said here, whenever one concept is completed, it show
Understood.
anyone.
Yeah, see, until Kubernetes complete, we can't show the CI/CD. If it's a monolithic structure, directly in the EC2 instance, we are going to directly deploy. If it is a Kubernetes, definitely all the concepts should complete, then only we can show it. Yeah.
Okay.
But until you guys are prepared, we will not show anything here. We understood that you are simply for namesake you are attending sessions here, and whenever we ping in a group and you will join and you will attend simply without preparing. We observed that. And it's a waste of explaining everything and spending time in morning and evening, and it's waste of giving a break of 1 or 2 days, and again you will be in the same position.
So are you referring to everybody or only few
Everybody,
people? No, I
except
don't
those who
think
are
so.
explaining. 1 minute. Let me complete from my end.
Okay.
Those who are explaining everything, whatever we ask, that is applicable for those candidates.
Okay. Because we are working and managing the job too and putting our best efforts. So if you say this, it really hurts us. So that's why I'm directly asking the
Even
question.
we also get hurted when we explained also. You guys are saying, again, don't know, not aware, not worked on it. I'll go through it. For all of you are in the session, right? From day one.
Yeah, I'm in the
You're
session
seeing
from day
the all our classes, right? Whatever
one. Yeah.
we do, schedule Q&A and sessions and all, right?
Yes, sir.
Ah,
Going through them.
then how we hurted then? Even though when we explained, you guys are not able to tell that, and it's waste of keeping you in the keeping all in the group, and we are referring for the placements. Then how do we move then? Rohit, what we need to do then? We also get hurted, right?
Filter it out, sir, because I cannot say any other thing here.
That we do from our end. What we are saying here is, even though when we're explaining, that part is left to us. Whatever that we covered, what we explained, that is not coming from you guys.
Yeah.
Not everyone here.
Okay.
And Yuresh, this guy Viresh, you need to prepare well here. You need to learn how to speak first. But if you're in the same stage, that is not gonna work out. Yes. Swami, are you going to say something here?
Nothing,
Or-
Sandeep. We'll talk later. We'll discuss, then we'll talk.
Okay. That's it from my end.
Sandeep, tomorrow do we have a class?
3 ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಎಂಟರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ನನಗೂ ನೆಸಿಟಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ನಾನು ಮತ್ತೆ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಮಾತು ಕಳ್ಸ್ಕೊಳಕ್ ರೆಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸೊ ನನಗೆ ನಿಮ್ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ವಿಲ್ ಮೂವ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಆರ್ ಎಲ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಸಮ್ ಟೈಮ್.
That's what we given a gap from Monday to till today, but we are not getting any results. But we do handle Q&A and the morning class, Swami. Will as much as possible, we'll push the candidates, get prepared.
Okay.
We'll try from our end, me and Sandeep.
Okay, Sandeep. We'll see.
Guys, tomorrow we'll connect at 7 a.m. Everyone should attend.
Okay, sir. Sure.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Sandeep, do you want to speak here? And any suggestions to the candidates here?
No, sir.
Okay, I think then let's wind up the session then.
So like Omar, you need to be prepared like how to explain. Abdullah, you also, Viresh,
Yes.
and Niharika. So take some breaks, okay? You know the concept, but how I know you know the concept, like right? So you need to be explaining like very simple way you can explain. We don't need any accent like previous accent. Just in a normal English, you can take some tell them some sentence and take small break and tell next continue. Okay. Don't give a break by for each words. It will not like engineering way. It should be like you are working for 8 years. We are sending like an experienced candidate, right? You need to be tell answer like you have worked the concept. Okay. Likewise, you need to answer. Okay. And Abdullah, you also. You know the concept, but you don't know how to explain that one. You don't know how to present. Okay. Okay. Omar also, you also, Omar. I am told you so many times, but you are doing the same thing. Omar, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We'll work on it. Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.